Hello, my name is Sean Sperry, and I am with the IBM Software Group. And in this video demo today, we're going to take a look at FlashCopy Manager version 4.1 and do a demo of Windows 2012 file system protection. So let's get started with a quick review of FlashCopy Manager. Remember, there are two flavors of FlashCopy Manager, one that is a Windows-based version and one that is a Unix-based version. And what we're going to do in this video is talk about FlashCopy Manager for Windows. So what it's going to do is manage flash copies and protect Windows-based applications like Windows file systems, SQL Server, and Microsoft Exchange. And of course, as we just said, for this video we're going to do a file system snapshot and restore and mount. FlashCopy Manager does integrate with Microsoft VSS, and it allows you to do VSS snapshots that either are stored locally or stored on Tivoli Storage Manager version 7.1 for retention purposes, or if you choose to integrate with a disk-based subsystem such as an XIV, DS8000, etc., to use disk-based snapshot solutions. Because it is a snapshot, it's going to be a lot quicker than doing a traditional backup because you're doing a hardware-based solution, or in our case a software-based solution with VSS, and it's going to have the ability to move the backup load to a secondary server using the TSM option for storing the snapshot on the TSM server and storing multiple snapshots to keep your backups for historical purposes. I'm going to do a REFS file system on Windows 2012. That's going to be my demo, and I'm going to do a backup and restore, and also mount the file system and do some file restores. Again, my operating system is Windows 2012. I'm going to be using FCM 4.1 for Windows, and in my particular demo environment I don't have a disk array, so I'm just going to be using VSS software-based snapshots so you can see the functionality but you won't necessarily see the back end. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're ready to do a file system backup on a Windows server. Here we have our Windows 2012 system. I'm going to go up and go to the Start menu, and I'll start FlashCopy Manager. I pre-configured FlashCopy Manager on this system, so I'll go ahead and expand it, and you can see when I expand down here and expand the MMC, I have the file system set up. If I had other applications configured on here to do flash copies like Exchange or SQL, I would see those in the list. I'll go ahead and click on that, and FlashCopy Manager will scan the file systems to determine which ones are available to back up. And as you can see, I have two file systems on this Windows 2012 server, a C and an E. For the purposes of backup destinations for the flash copy or for the snapshot, I can store them locally on TSM for historical purposes or both. I'm just going to go ahead and store it locally for the purposes of this example. So I'll go ahead and click the E drive, and I'll go ahead and do a full backup. This is a fairly small system, but again, since we're doing a flash copy, should be relatively quick. And when that comes back, we'll go ahead and look at the recovery of that system, of that file system. So there, our flash copy is complete. We did a VSS copy. Now we'll click on recover, and we'll see the flash copies that we have available to recover and where they're located. If I click on that, I can see either all the backups, so if I have historical backups stored on the TSM server or locally, I can see those. I can also look at just the active backups, and as you can see in this case, I have a local copy of my C drive or a local VSS snapshot of my C drive, and then a local and a TSM server snapshot of my E. What I'll do is I'll show you the way first that you can do a individual file restore, and the way you can do that is by taking the hardware snapshot or the VSS snapshot, selecting it, and doing a mount backup. And what that will do, I'm going to go ahead and mount this on the F drive, is go out there, take the snapshot, and mount it as another drive. So you can just go out there in Windows Explorer and copy back whatever files you need using whatever tools you want to use to do it. So once that completes, which you can see it did down here, FlashCopy Manager will show you the drive is mounted as the F drive. I'll go to Explorer, and here you can see test volume mounted as F, so I can delete whatever I wanted to locally, and then take my snapshot and copy files back, whatever particular files I wanted, and then I would be done if I wanted to just restore some files on the volume. FlashCopy Manager has the ability to, once the files are restored, we'll go ahead and let this finish, to unmount the drive. So I'll go ahead, and you see this flash copy is mounted as the F drive. I'll select it and I'll unmount it, and you can see down here that FlashCopy Manager is working now. I can go ahead and remove the completed tasks just to give us a better view down here, and you can see that it is unmounting the drive successfully and now showing you what flash copies you have. Now the other thing I can do is do a restore of the full volume. So I'll go ahead and click on the C volume. Well, let me go out here, and just to show you that it is restored, I'll go ahead and delete the files again. So there they are, gone. I'll go ahead and I was going to empty the trash, but I guess I don't need to. And now I'll go ahead and do a restore of this flash copy, and it's going to warn me about doing a full file system restore, and it's going to overwrite the volumes that I have out there. Do you want to continue? I'll go ahead and do a yes. And now what FlashCopy Manager will do is go out here and take the snapshot and restore it into the local file system. That'll take a second to complete. We'll just wait for it, since it shouldn't take very long. And it completed. And now if I go out here and look, you'll see I have my files back. So my full volume was restored. So that completes this demo of file system backups using FlashCopy Manager, using VSS, and using flash copies. I hope you found it useful.